G'day everyone, this is the first of two races that were held by the Chaos Mob, the clan that I am a member of, and in this race we are driving Panzer 1Cs, so everybody has the same tank, therefore the same advantages and disadvantages as everybody else. So it's a level playing field. The voices that you'll hear in the background of all the team players and that, I left that there so that you could actually hear them talking, hear us all talking together and that. The only voice that doesn't show up is my voice. I don't know, but this is something that's something to do with Discord when I record and everything. I'll get everybody else's voices in these games, but except for mine. As I said, we were using Discord so that we could talk to everybody could talk together as a group during the game, and the races, two races go for 5 laps each, and depending what kind of response I get after posting this one as to whether or not I will post the second race. This is where we all go to get ready in that. As I come up here, as you can see, I got too close and I rolled off, and I went all the way, lost over half of my life. That's one of the marshals rising me up and that. I was really extremely grateful for that, because had he been any longer I would have actually ended up dying, because when the tanks are upside down you only have so much time before to be righted before the tank actually explodes. So here we are, all getting into position and that. We eventually settle on 4 at the front, and then 2 rows of 3 behind them. We had Chaos Mob had put this out to other clans members who are known to the Chaos Mob and that, and we were hoping to get a lot more, but all we got the first race was 10 players. That's minus as well as, not minus, but that includes the 3 marshals for the race. So here we are, and it was a lot of fun. It really was. We are thinking of doing this race again next year, but we'll just have to wait and see how things go.
Seems like everyone's as good as we're going to be.
And that's the marshal getting out of the way and getting ready to count down for the start. So
yeah, I'll be running.
As you can see, I'm not too keen on getting too close to that edge of this bridge again.
I don't plan to.
And I'll be
just waiting for the countdown to start.
Yep, you got that.
On the enemy spawn. Yeah, I got the high ground there. I can watch
yeah.
And again,
who's
just having a couple of players having some fun.
This is where it gets serious.
Okay, counting down now from 5.
You guys all ready?
5, 4.
Just waiting.
3,
As I said, the voices
2,
you hear in the background when I stop talking are the voices of the other players. And we're off. And as you can see, it's a bit of a free-for-all. At the start, because we're all bunched together. We're all actually supposed to come down this part and down this way. We're all over the place at the moment. We're all bunched together, trying to jostle on. This was not done on purpose. What happened to me just here? It's just the fact that we're all bunched together, and that we're all over the place, nudging out, because we're all. There's just so many of us trying to get into the one spot, sort of thing. And coming up to here is what a corner I call Chaos Corner, and you'll see why in a second.
Good luck, you guys.
And you've got to really get come to this corner at the right place. And we all got there at the same time, which was bad for one of us. As you can see, he just went over the side. And one's on his side there. Another one went down that side. I almost went down. It's hard to control these tanks, or any of them tanks, especially when they're at speed, because you tap the keys, go left or right just slightly, and it just, the whole tank just veers to whatever side you're telling it to go to. Yeah, here we go, we've finally sorted ourselves out a bit, and I'm actually coming in third at the moment. So we managed to spread ourselves out a bit. It's the first jump. Later on, some players were told they could go to the right of that rock. They weren't actually supposed to be told that. These two players in front of me went the wrong way. This Cannon Monster got in front of me. Because we're supposed to go over this bridge, not down the bottom. So the other two had to stop for 5 seconds. For a 5-second penalty because I went the wrong way. They're basically cutting all of this out. Unfortunately, that happened because they'd only the drivers that had come in from other clans, and they really only had one practice lap before the game started. And here I lost control and hit the jetty there, which slowed me right down and put me behind everybody. So I'm no longer third, I'm probably about 4th or 5th or something. If you look at the mini map at the bottom right corner there, you'll see that I'm about in the middle of the pack at this point. So at this point it's anybody's game. As you can see, these tanks are going off to the right. That was wrong, they shouldn't have gone up there. The marshals will get them and penalise them and make them wait for 5 seconds, all except for one of them. Unfortunately, he didn't realise they were also talking to him. And that. Like I said, one stopped and the other one's gone ahead. So at this point I'm now second, heading along. It's really hard, as you can see, to keep these tanks on the road and that. You want to try and stay on this road as much as possible so you can get more speed up. And it's also a hard road to see. Come up here. I'm not sure whether the marshals realised that the fellow in front of me had actually taken the wrong turning back there or not. And again, as you can see, slight touch of the controls and you end up all over the place, because it doesn't move just a little bit. Even if you only just tap the key lightly, it just, especially at these speeds for these tanks. Coming up to the straight away to where the start line was. I said there's 5 laps all up, and this is only the first lap. We've already lost 1 or 2 drivers, I think. At least one that I know of that went over the side. I think another one went over as well. When the marshal was trying to right the fellow that was on his side. I think somebody else came around, if I remember correctly, and
I'm just after the bridge where
couldn't get past the marshal and ended up going over the side.
To go down to the ice road.
There we go around here. It takes a bit of practice to get around this corner smoothly like this. But as you can see, I still slide a bit of drifting there, which is amazing considering these are tanks. And coming down here, I always try to go a little bit wider so that when I swing around to the right here, I can come in. I just still hadn't gone around out far enough.
Keep going, guys.
Coming up here, the other guy that was in front of me, again, he went to the left there instead of around the thing. You've got to come through here, get this right like that. And as you can see, I rolled and managed to get back on my own tracks and take off and regained second position. He went off the side and unfortunately he died, so now I am actually in the lead again. And said this is only the second lap, so you can see the kind of chaos and mayhem that was going on in the race. I think next time I come around that section down that cliff face and that, I think there'll be three tanks down the bottom, I think, and one up on the cliff face, stuck there. At this point, I'm in the lead, and I'm slowly pulling away from the others. Look at the mini-map, you'll see how far ahead I am of the next driver behind me. The Chaos Mob organised this. We've got to do a few training laps. Unfortunately, a lot of the other players didn't get to do much of the training for this course. At this point here, coming through here, I've taken it wide, so I want to stay away from those jetties altogether. And that, with the training, there was even a couple of training sessions with the Chaos Mob that I missed as well because I wasn't on at the time. But there are other times when I was asking if anybody wanted to do training and I couldn't organise anybody interested in doing any training. So basically it came down to the fact that I was lucky to be able to get at least 2 training sessions in on this course. And as you can see, it's really helped me out. I know exactly where I'm going and that. So we're finally back up to this little road here.
Went further forward, so cut a fairly big section in.
And as I said, depends what kind of response I get to this clip after I upload it to YouTube. By all means, put comments down the bottom on the race, whether you like it or not.
That's it. That's where I'm at.
I know my voice is overlapping the other voices and that, but we're all having a terrific time with this race and that. They were all amazed at how much I'd gotten into the front here and was able to hold it. And as you can see by looking on the mini-map, I'm way ahead of the second driver and way ahead of the rest of the drivers. In that they're all still bunched up, more or less. So this was a real fun game. We were using the training rooms for this on the World of Tanks server. We're supposed to be using these for training, but you can use them for anything. We used this one, as you can see, for a race. It's just a fun race. We're all, as I said, driving the exact same tank, so we all have the same advantages, same.
And we've still got 2 more laps to go.
You can see here I come out wide, come in, around. As you can see, it's not a pretty good getting around that corner. Coming up to the Chaos corner again. I said I like you got to hit this corner at the right angle and position to be able to get around smoothly like that. It's only the second time I've been able to do that whilst doing this race. As you can see, I did a bit of drifting there down on that corner. There's 1, 2, 3, so there's about 4 tanks. There's a third one down the bottom there which you just barely see, and the 4th one's up halfway down the cliff. There's a cage thing there which you got stuck in. And once you're in there, you cannot get out of it. As I said, you could either supposed to go up this part, or if you couldn't get that, you could go to the left. Some of the other players were told they could go to the right of that rock, but there's nothing that the marshals could do, because once the people had been told that they could go that way, it was out of the marshals' hands, basically, because somebody had stuffed up with the instructions. But basically, yeah, if you were deliberately causing interference with other drivers. Marshals actually had authorization to put a round into you. If you were caught cheating, as in taking shortcuts or going the wrong way, you got a 5-second penalty. Those were the 2 main rules, basically.
Yes, I've seen that one.
And
Probably not the best time for that.
as you can see, I'm way ahead of everybody at the moment.
Focus on the race.
So
Almost flipped yourself again, Pete.
coming up to here, turn left, and I take it too sharp, I hit the wall there, just slowed me down some, but allowed the
Left,
second
that's it.
second place driver to catch up to me a little bit,
Left all spark. That's it.
but I'm actually far enough ahead that I can get away with small mishaps like that and maintain my lead. But you really got to be on the ball about this, because if you stuff up too badly, it's so easy for them to catch up. You think you're way ahead of them, you've got plenty of space in it, but no, they're really only a couple of seconds behind you. And that, so you really got to stay alert and stay on the ball.
Yeah, left hand, right hand. So long as you're following, it's like so long as you're following the correct line down to
This is the
K6 around that
second lap, I think. Talking so much I've forgotten how many laps we've done so far. So as you can see, way ahead, or maintaining my lead. It is difficult to stay on these small roads, so to keep the tank driving straight.
Chaos is looking worse for the win. He's still pushing hard though.
He's going like
Ken Monster's still in good shape. He's good health there.
Yeah, I'm just about to come into the straightaway.
I reckon Wet would enjoy this.
And, at this point, you can pick up a fair bit of speed
Yep.
away from those who are still coming up the hill.
One more and then one more around.
Come around this
One more
tricky
around
corner here.
after this, and that's the final lap.
Hey Cap, you can make
Allowed to
yourself
slow
a
down a little bit. I had some
Set
bit
his
of
tank onto
space between me and the other driver.
Ken Monster's definitely hammering for that prize.
Doing so well, getting around all these corners.
I think he wants the recognition of beating the pants of all of us.
The times I've gone around that corner, I've actually been up on one track. I've had one track in the air.
We need to go.
Coming up to the chaos corner here.
He's doing extremely well.
And yep, I hit it wrong, and that's it. I'm out of the race. As you can see, just below me there was another driver. And I'm out of the race now. Yeah, it just takes that little bit of
Because of an infraction of not following
mishandling coming around that corner, and you're eliminated. So there's the other driver up there. So he's he's not a bright green, he's a dark green up there. He's up in the cage on there. This is Keno Monster. He's from another clan, and I decided I might swap around different
Please, somebody
drivers and that. Here I've gotten to
cut that because that was spectacular.
Old Wolf
I've got a free camera mod
and Allspark in front of him.
TNT
And at this point I decided to just stay here. See, Old Wolf slowed down. Let's get in front of Old Allspark.
Believe it or not. He just needs to make sure he keeps focusing.
There's one down there.
Last man standing.
Do a bit of drifting there.
Pretty much. Oh,
Come
that
up
was a
here.
nice corner.
There's another one, dead one there. So yeah. Now when I came down, I became the third one down the bottom with the fourth one up the halfway up the ridge. So there's 4 of us dead there now.
TNT did a perfect drift around that corner.
There was 3 there before, not the 4 like I thought.
Apparently we're allowed to go to the side of this
And
rock.
as I said, the old
No,
Old Wolf is going to the right here
Through the gap or to the left.
of the rocks. I was
Told we could.
trying to tell him he was supposed to go to the left,
When you're following the line down,
but he'd been told he could go to the right,
Long as we go through those
so that's what he was doing. And because he'd been told that, there's nothing that the marshals could do about it. Well, I suppose they could have corrected him and let him off with that one, and made him take the
I didn't stick up. I didn't stick to the
course
road,
properly
and I
after
actually
that,
went off the cliff.
they never did. But it doesn't matter.
Did the right thing there.
It was all fun.
They came off with half a lap up.
Yeah, look,
monster.
As you can
have to
see,
give
Old Wolf,
Monster the benefit of the doubt then, because
there's no way Old Wolf can catch up to the leader unless the leader has a major mishap
I couldn't
and
slide him.
allow Old Wolf to catch up to him. Allspark is behind Old Wolf,
Can we trust Cam Monster?
and again Old Wolf goes to the wrong side of the rock.
Like I said, I'll give
Pointed
you the
out to
benefit
him.
of the
Don't
doubt.
get up to see
supposed to go to the left of it.
Sorry, wiped out the building.
There's no marshals around, so he was able to get away with no penalty at this stage for that.
Sorry about that.
Keep going, Dragon Master. Keep going. I didn't see it.
And yeah, this is the 4th lap. Unfortunately, I died at the beginning of the 4th lap.
I can't even see his tail light.
Hey,
There are only
hey,
6 of us
Sam.
left.
And he's
Hey, Dragon.
Marshal up there.
If there's any indicator, if everything goes according to how things are going, I'm at least
This is
going
all-
to get third.
All fun and games. It was good fun. Everybody enjoyed themselves.
Are you currently at last place, T?
Monster's still.
No,
Even Old Wolf is having problems keeping his tank on straight on the road and that. There's the slightest adjustment and the tank just swerves too much.
coming up.
It doesn't do small adjustments, unfortunately.
What kind of
Second
lead
last.
has he got?
He's about to start the last lap.
You'll also notice that
I should track
if you look at the Old Wolf's turret, it's a different one to mine. He's got the next turret up from my one.
He is.
I chose to go with the original turret that came out on the Panzer 1C because
How many
it was lighter than the second turret.
I think this is like.
Yes, you could get a lighter gun in the second turret, but the turret was way heavier than the first one.
Everyone else is
So I stuck with the first turret to save on weight and give me that little bit more of an advantage.
The console have been absolutely flogged though.
He's just
Just the
started his
fact
fifth
that
lap.
Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you what speeds we were doing. Because I couldn't figure out where it showed the speed. They said it was in the green box to the left. I've yet to find the green box on my left that shows the speed.
Keep coming.
How is it I went from first?
Here's Old
with
Wolf.
2 fuck-ups, and now I'm in second?
Making his turn, he's on his last lap. He slowed right down here
Come on, all's back.
to get around here safely.
Yeah.
But that's okay, he's way ahead, so he's got plenty of time there.
I'm at the bottom of the cliff, love. I did a
Come down here,
spectacular
turns
crash.
right,
That's what happened.
and again he lost a
You
lot of
didn't go
speed.
off that lap area.
Taking this
I'm
corner,
currently in third place.
I
comes
was
up here.
end over end about
And,
3 times.
he slows right down up here, going around this corner, so that he gets around it safely.
As he thought so, you were now in
As you
fifth
can
place.
see, he slowed right down. I don't blame him.
You stupid train.
He's off again, but he had plenty of time, so he was able to do that and get away with it.
You alright, Wolf?
Yeah, I managed to do it the right way,
And
but
here
I
you
had
can
to
see
slow
one,
down to do it
two,
because I almost stuck
one,
up.
2 tanks there. With my tank up there,
I just
that's
said
3
I'm
down the
turning my HUD
bottom.
off, so it's just my tank.
I just wish those fallen trees would
And then there's,
disappear.
as I said, the one that's halfway up the cliff.
That's where you get attacked.
And I'm trying to get Old Wolf to go straight ahead. And he still goes around to the
secretly
right.
lying in wait, ambush Oh, for that second Monster. building's gone through.
As you can see, somebody has taken out the grey building here. You're supposed to try and leave that there.
Dragging me ass. There is
Not
your
actually go through it,
now on
but
your last lap.
when everybody's bunched together, it's hard not to go through it.
Oh yeah, I'm going up.
Across the bridge.
I'm in second place, aren't I?
Yes.
And you look at
That's good enough for me.
Mini map.
I think I'm
to the
just
right
going to
there.
sit beside
You
Monster
see how
now and
far
just
the
monitor
leader
the
is
whole
ahead
way.
of Old
I think
Wolf.
so.
Around this
Yeah,
corner.
I know.
The target lock's a bit much though, isn't it?
And the leader's
Oh,
already
well, you know,
up the
I know,
far
it's
side
that
there.
little bit down there I want to miss.
Make his
only
way
you
up to
actually
that
right.
small road along the
Sounds good.
snow bank.
Yeah, I take that one bike because it's like, you know, there.
Old Wolf's just starting to get up to here.
I've thought you can go to the right of
And,
it.
yeah, this time Old Wolf goes to the left of this rock.
There you go, on the left.
It's through the middle or to the
And,
left of it.
Super. I'm getting speed
Through
too
the
much.
middle
here.
or on the left like I did.
Left,
Turning
not
right.
right. Left.
Taking the right corner here.
Oh, that's fair enough. Ziggity zing zing ziggity zing.
Now the leader's on the downside of this
Monster's done
snow
very
ridge.
well. I was watching him closely.
Good, okay.
So Old Wolf's not that far behind the leader.
Coming up hard.
May not look it, but he'd only be about probably 2, maybe 3 seconds behind
Driver
him.
must be about flat out of breath though.
I
Pedaling
can
that
always
hard.
hope that monster decides to do something stupid and crash.
That's only a guess.
It
Could be
wouldn't matter,
way
it'll
wrong.
be-
Could be a lot
Pretty
more than
spectacular
that.
stupid at this stage of the race.
But
It would be,
It's
wouldn't it?
still doable though.
these tanks are so fast and nippy that
I wonder how it'd feel if I actually put a high.
amazing how quickly they can travel over a
I was
distance.
going to say, which side of the bridge do we have to end on? This end or the other end?
And there's our winner, Can Monster.
Come on, Wolfie, I'm on your shoulder now, mate.
So, I
I
got
said
you
I
and
could be
Cap.
wrong.
No wonder I'm going so damn
Could be a
slow.
lot further between
He's taking
Old
big
Wolf and
one already.
the winner.
Yeah,
The winner's already finished the race. He's actually up on a bit of a embankment,
So Can
waiting.
Monster not only
One
keeps
little
up,
buggy is supposed to stick to the road.
Because we're going to put all the, when we finish, have everybody up on the embankment sort of thing.
Old Wolf's heading up the hill.
So
As long
that
as the race
they can get
don't
a
have
screen cap of it.
You
And,
just suddenly activated nitrous in your tank. Like a nitro
Also to
tank.
finish the
Oh my
race,
God.
they decided that they were going to,
I've got no
all the
ammo,
marshals
and I've
would
got
shoot
fuel,
all the
that's it.
tanks up the top there.
And I've
and
got
that
this
sort
thing
of
to make me
thing.
go fast.
Old Wolf started in last.
just
and
for
ended up
fun.
in second place.
And that,
Isn't that amazing?
and
How'd you get up on there?
Old Wolf,
I went managed to go
he's finished
to last.
and come to a stop.
How'd you
He
get
should have
up on
stayed going and should have gone up that
Oh, he
little
just
bit of
went straight
a
up.
indent there in the thing. He had to gone up there, he'd have gone straight up on the thing. He's trying to get up here.
That's the podium.
See
If
if
you
he
can't
can
get
park
up there,
up
you
on top
don't
of
get
the
to
rocks,
claim
but he
your
couldn't.
second prize.
Now he's going to have another go at getting up
That's the
there.
final challenge.
Yeah.
Like, you
As
finish
in
the race,
you are.
you just gotta
Keep
get
it on
it.
the tracks
He's going to go up there and see if he can get
Come on, Trish.
a run up to it. And here comes Allspark,
Good place. Goes to
coming in
Allspark.
third.
Excellent.
And Old Wolf can't quite make it. Just can't get the speed up
All right.
from where he was.
Podium finish.
Come on, you guys got to
What
get
else
up
we
there.
got?
And
Okay, we've got Aussie Torsos.
He's
just
backing
coming
up.
in.
trying to get a longer run up.
Torso, all them all.
And
Torsos.
as you can
got
see, the
the-
fourth player managed to get up there because
Oh, look at
he
him.
had his momentum that took him up. And now Old Wolf's trying to try. And still can't quite get up there. He's going to have to go back along the tracks to get up
I
there.
still need to start back there, so I don't care.
For that ass.
Here comes Allsparks, he's going to give it a try.
Fucking
And
mosquito.
again, can't get up there, just can't get the speed up because in the snow there. And just stops you from doing it.
Eat me, why don't you?
Also, push monster off, you get
Old
first
Wolf's
place.
going to try and go down here, and he still can't get up that either.
What happened to TNT?
He may have met the
Down to
front
less than
tank.
2 minutes of the game left.
No, you stopped me. You stopped me.
get you up there.
We had it set for 30 minutes.
Ate me.
And that, so
I wasn't expecting
the race actually went for 30 minutes.
So,
Well, Wolf's going to give it a try.
Yeah, I didn't expect.
hey,
I didn't expect.
Unfortunately, when he gets here,
I didn't expect.
Allspark is in the road,
decided to eat me
takes all
instead.
his momentum off
I
him.
almost made it.
He can't get up there.
I'm not quite long enough.
so you do it. So
Hang on.
Yeah,
Watch me.
choose
And
your
then they
train,
try
you'll
Get both of us.
get the marshals to push all the smaller tanks up there. can't get him up there. Horsepark finally got up there.
Official results right here, right now. Who have we got there? Okay, Dragon, you came in. Everybody's here. Official results.
Giving up and trying to put everybody up there.
Can Monster.
Now taking out the race players.
Who else have we got?
Old
Where's
Wolf
that Wolfie
turn
gone?
around, he's taking making a run for it.
He's running.
They still managed to get a couple of shots in there. But, yeah, the Marshall's
And
tanks
Wolfsback.
take so long to reload.
Coming in third. She's
Choosing
out. So, well,
She escaped.
somebody else.
He's got the smartest.
Old Wolf was able to get away, even though he rolled down the hill. We're all having fun with this. It is great fun, even this part of it, doing all this. And the old Wolf's running, he's trying to get away from the Marshals.
I'm on reload, Chris. I'm on reload.
Unfortunately,
Aren't you lucky?
he doesn't quite make it. They still manage to get in. And the only one left is Allspark. And the game finishes before they can eliminate her.
I win.
So yeah, that was it.
I survived.
End of the race.
Look at the official